Hello everybody, in the last video that we had, I left you off as we were leaving the waterfalls, the Bridal Falls there, and we headed from there, we headed out to Montebello Lake. Montebello Lake is actually a series of lakes that are near the Guatemalan border, and the first one that we stopped off was called Lago Popojol, which is a ancient Mayan lake, and it's known for some interesting eats and some interesting rafts. It's like we came to the place to eat by the lake, so that's what we're gonna do. Is we're gonna go find a place to eat by the lake. We're at the restaurant and we're checking out. Apparently I'm going for the traditional plate, whatever that is. We'll figure that out later. And they've got different things to sell. I guess the dry cheese here is something to try out, so that's what we'll try out. The traditional food at Lake Popojol is a banana leaf plate with beans, rice, and chorizo with their traditional cheese on top. So it's kind of a mixed thing. That was good. That was only 150 pesos, so that was like $7 for that meal, so that was good. And now I'm just waiting for all the tour buses came here at the same time, which is kind of crazy. Now, as you can see, there's the lake, and so we're gonna go check that out.
Hay que explorar la parte de atrás, de aquel lado se escucha el eco de la voz. Luego regresamos a este punto donde va aquella balsa, si ven la balsita que va por aquí.
We're gonna go on to these wooden boats now for 200 pesos and have I guess a 1.5 hour tour on these little boats around the lake. Okay, we're off. I'm not sure how strong our ship is. It seems like the wood is underwater already, but we're gonna do our best. No motors are allowed on Lake Popojol, and as you can see, you go around on the lake on these little rafts that are made out of wooden logs. It's quite interesting. Unfortunately in our group there weren't many people rowing. I was one of the only people rowing, so we were kind of slow. We made a stop over here at a little water source hole. More steps. There's always more steps. Well, we are on the island now. We're gonna go see some orchids and hopefully go swim. That's the idea, at least. There's the orchids. Here comes one of the boats coming in to dock here on the little island. Oh, here is where you go diving. Okay, I'm here swimming in the lake. It's actually not that cold. It's kind of nice. I'm not gonna go that deep, but it's nice just to get out and float a little bit. I'm out here on the lake. It's kind of fun. Just kind of having fun, just getting a nice rest. I'm kind of worked up a sweat pulling that boat. That was a heavy boat. There's a lot of women on our boat, so not many people were rowing. It was just me and another guy rowing, basically. Very interesting. I don't know if you can see it from here, but there's little fish in the water here, and they're like eating my foot and my leg. They're feeding off of my foot and my leg. That's like a treatment. After rowing back to the shore, we got back in the van and we drove past a few more lakes. Here's another lake that shows over to the other side of Guatemala. And you can see here that we were getting really close to the border of Guatemala because the road got really rough at this point. On the border between Mexico and the USA. Well, sorry. I'm now on the border between Mexico and Guatemala. And apparently, to get to Guatemala, you have to go through a gift shop. Which, to be honest, is a lot like how you have to get to the United States. Because as soon as you cross over, there's lots of gift shops. Over there is Guatemala. Over there. Behind the gift shops, I found like this little walkway that went up this little hill, and it was very interesting because the walkway literally walks right out of Mexico and into Guatemala. Right there where the pavement ends, that is the limit right there. And then once you step over, you're in Guatemala, and there's no gates, no passport control. As you can see, people are walking back and forth. It was kind of a crazy experience. And I also thought that it was really interesting that the first thing that I saw on the other side was a pharmacy, because that's like when you go from the US to Mexico, the first thing that you see is a pharmacy. But I guess pharmacies are cheaper in Guatemala. So here's what the houses look like. Little houses, all wood. Went from concrete to wood once you cross the border, which is interesting. A lot of pharmacies over here. Not sure why there's so many pharmacies, but that's interesting. I'm gonna go inside one of these little stores and see what they have in a regular store in Guatemala. Apparently, in Guatemala, they sell the same things that you'd get in Mexico. It all looks the same to me. I don't see anything different. The drink sodas look the same. Everything looks the same. Here's a strawberry drink. Maybe I'll try that. The only thing that I could find that was different was cardamom gum. So that's what I bought. And nobody cares if I take it over, so I'm going to take it back. Cardamom gum. That's very interesting. In Guatemala. Didn't expect to be here today, but okay. And there was no passport inspection or anything. They didn't ask for anything. You just walk across. There's a gate, but it was wide open. If I turn the... Here you can see the flags and the limit sign and the limit marker. It's that easy. Walk up to the limit marker and you can put 1 foot on each country. Right now I'm in Guatemala. Then I turn around, and now, like that, I'm back in Mexico. And then back in Guatemala. That's interesting. I'm back on the Guatemalan side, but you can see the limit markers. And there is kind of like a no man's land in between the two. Little dirt road, but the dirt road's on the Guatemalan side. And then they have little markers right there. I think the biggest marker would be right here, actually. It's just how the road just abruptly ends. But you can see there's nothing stopping you. And when you go into Mexico, like always, there's always a gift shop. Apparently, chocolate's a thing down here. I forgot I'm back in chocolate land. And so I'm going to try myself some hot chocolate here from Guatemala. So, kind of interesting. This is semi-dark chocolate here from Guatemala. Very good. Tasty. Cost me 20 pesos, which is like basically $1. I also got a soda that I'll try later. On the Mexican side, looking at the letters of La Trinitaria. Because if you didn't go to letters, it's like you weren't there. Beautiful lake. Well, I gotta get back to the van now. When you don't know if the guy's stopping or if he's just a discotheque. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you liked it. If you did, please like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. And thank you for watching this video.